I love you.
I love you. She was dynamite in the sack, by the way.
She was 84.
I've had older.
Hello, welcome to What the Flick. I'm Christy, Alonso, Matt. Matt's going to describe for us the latest Wes Anderson twee production design extravaganza, the Grand Budapest Hotel, with its Russian nesting doll structure.
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. It starts out with a girl sitting down near a bust of a writer that she's going to sit and read a book. And as she reads the book, it's a story about this writer, played by Tom Wilkinson, talking about his experiences visiting this hotel. And he meets the owner, who the owner starts to tell about his experiences working in the hotel. And so you get framing stories for framing stories, and ultimately it's a story about the concierge, M. Gustave, played by Ralph Fiennes, who has been framed for murder, and the hijinks that ensue in trying to clear his name. Let's watch the clip.
If I learn you ever once laid a finger on my mother's body, living or dead,
I go to bed with all my friends. You can't arrest him simply because he's a bloody immigrant. Take your hands off my lobby boy!
You make it sound much more fun than it actually is. This feels like, no, it's lovely and it's lively, but I feel like each new film he does has more of a sense of melancholy to it. And the end of this is very sad.
Well, I mean, this is kind of a Valentine to a certain style of grace and beauty that existed in this kind of fictional Europe that he's giving us between the wars, you know. And Anderson's not a political filmmaker. It's not like he laments, you know, the loss of the, you know, European aristocracy. I think he just laments the loss of a certain gentility, a gracious way of living, you know, and you know, Dave was saying in his review that this is one of those movies where the style is the substance, and you know, yes, you can sort of reduce it to just being about this man and his perfume and his rich old lady lovers and pink pastry boxes, but it is about a certain kind of grace and about sort of aggressively living your life with style and about that being a thing that has disappeared from the world in a lot of ways.
I mean, I think a lot of films that he made after Rushmore, it always felt to me like they were increasingly more style over substance, and there really was nothing at all there. But you're right. I mean, it does, all the details serve a purpose. They inform who these characters are in a lot of ways. Go ahead.
There was a moment towards the end of the film that I found myself moved much more than I would have expected based on a movie that's this stylistic.
Can you say it?
No, because it's kind of a spoiler, but it's this movie feels like a live-action version of Fantastic Mr. Fox at times. Like the way it's shot. Everything is shot straight on. There's no angles to any of the sets. To the point that at one point, when the camera is looking up at somebody, you know, kind of in a slanted view of somebody on a balcony, when it shoots up at Adrian Brody, and then pans to the straight-on shot of the sisters, that first moment where things are a little off-kilter, it was like, oh God, the whole thing's been straight on the whole time. What's he doing? And then it kind of sets again.
But his pans are a joke unto themselves because they're so, like, you know, 90 degree. Yeah. But here's my thing about this movie. I mean, I'm not anti Wes Anderson. I run hot and cold with him, but I generally, when I like him, I really like him. This movie, while I was watching it, felt like one of the more sort of exhilarating film experiences that I've had in a while, because he throws everything at you, like miniatures and
animation
just almost animation, and these just sort of weird visual jokes and these very hyper eccentric characters and clip dialogue and fast-paced banter. And while I was watching it, I loved it. And then 2 hours later, I forgot the whole thing. It's like the joke about Chinese food. I mean, like it just had, you know, completely flown out of my head. And maybe if I see it again, it'll have more staying power. But my favorite description of this is from our friend Matt Seitz, who wrote the Wes Anderson collection, the book that's out now. And he said that this movie is like if Ernst Lubitsch directed Raising Arizona, and it was all the first half of Raising Arizona, you know, where it's all the sort of the speedy stuff and the very kind of arch narration. I totally recommend seeing this movie. I don't know yet if it's one of the great Wes Anderson movies because, like I said, it felt ephemeral.
But I would say that if you don't love him, you probably will not love this because it's a very Wes Anderson movie.
Absolutely.
Right? I don't think this will convert people. You're looking at me with a look on your face.
I appreciate his movies. I'm not a person that considers myself a huge Wes Anderson fan. Like, I don't seek out his movies and look forward to them. I'm more just kind of interested by what he's doing. I like this movie a lot, and I thought that it's, the stylistic elements to it made it really fun. It feels like a movie that would be shot at the time in which it takes place, right?
The title cards between the different segments.
Yeah, and similar to how Scorsese does with The Aviator, where things, the style in which he's shooting is kind of similar to how movies got shot at the time. This one's like that, but in a more fun way. With as like you see silhouettes of people running, and they're running in this very stylized way. Like, I thought that was kind of fun, and the story is kind of this screwball story that goes on for a while, but then it gets, I found, shockingly touching at the end.
It is very sad at the end.
Yeah, there is a poignancy to it, and it does kind of play into, like I said, the sort of shift of the world. Like the word Nazi is never mentioned in this film, but it's very clear that
that's who they are.
They're talking about the rise of European fascism. This is all set in like a fictional country.
In Eastern Europe.
Right, but it's one of the sort of Ruritanian,
Zubrovka is what it's called. It's such an amazing cast. Like, he always amasses for all of his films, and a lot of his usual favorite folks, like Jason Schwartzman's in it, and Bill Murray, and Owen Wilson.
Edward Norton.
I would like for these to have been actual people. All right, you get like a flash of Bill Murray, you get like a flash of Bob Balaban, you get a flash of... Adrian Brody comes close to being a full person, maybe.
But that means more room for Ralph Fiennes,
he's lovely,
who is so
and he's
great.
And when have we seen Ralph Fiennes do comedy like this?
Yeah, who knew he was funny? Yes.
He is hilarious.
He's hilarious.
And I kind of want to see another movie about this character. I don't know that there's another one in there, but that character is fascinating, right? It's almost this Jeeves type character, but in a really off-kilter, disturbing way.
He's sort of Wooster and Jeeves together,
Yeah,
like he's got the sort of, id and appetite, but at the same time, this sort of great way of solving problems and thinking ahead of his enemies,
Yeah, I liked this movie. I liked it more than I thought that I was going to.
Interesting.
I thought it was a good time.
Okay, I love Wes Anderson. Rushmore is one of my absolute favorite movies ever. I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. I love Moonrise Kingdom. I don't love this, but I appreciate a lot about it. Let's do numbers. Matt, Atchity.
I give it an 8.
I also give it an 8.
I give it a 7. We are at 7.7. It's at 87% on the tomato meter. So if you are a fan of Wes Anderson, you will dig this.